Hello again, guys. Karen Miller here. Today I wanted to make you a tzatziki sauce. It's Greek. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'm sure you know what it is. It's a simple sauce. It's made with yogurt and some kind of citrus. They use lemons, but today I'm going to use I have the juice of 2 key limes. I have my cayenne pepper. I have sea salt. I'm using 3 Kirby cucumbers. I already chopped up 2 of them here. I wanted to show you, I'm sure everybody has a peeler, right? So you do it like this, and then I cut it in half. I didn't remove the seeds, so you cut it like that, and then you chop it up. So I'm gonna do this and then come back, and then let me show you the rest of the ingredients. I have the sea moss, which I'm going to use as the yogurt. I'm going to mix the sea moss with the Brazil nut milk as the yogurt. This is how I decided to do this. But again, I wanted to tell you that this is 2 ounces of yogurt that you have to boil, and it would expand and you would get a better yield. If you just take the sea moss and soak it and then put it in a blender, first of all, it's not going to look like this, and it's not going to yield all of this sea moss. Look at how much sea moss. All right, if you do it that way, it's not going to yield, and it's not going to look like gel. It's not going to look like this. Maybe it would expand if you put it in something, but this is what you're supposed to do. This is how you do it. Look at my video where I made the sea moss drink, and you're going to see how I prepared the sea moss to get it like this. So what I'm going to do, I have 1/4 cup of the sea moss gel here. I'm going to blend it with a 1/2 cup of Brazil nut milk for my yogurt substitute. And that's it. It's very simple. So I'm going to come back. So guys, I processed my Brazil nut milk, 1/2 cup of Brazil nut milk and a 1/4 cup of the sea moss that looks like this. Because if you don't have your sea moss like this, you're not going to be able to get that yogurt texture. All right, maybe if you do some other application, it's going to work fine. But if you want that yogurt texture, see, this looks like yogurt. I'm very happy with how this turned out. So this is your yogurt for your tzatziki sauce. And now you just salt and pepper to taste. So I'm going to add my lime juice. I'm going to do a few dashes of cayenne pepper, and salt to taste. And I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of sea salt. So now I'm going to put this in my blender. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do half of this and leave the other half just like this. So you have like a cucumber salad kind of thing, right? So I'm going to put this in my blender, and I'm going to blend it, and we're going to get our sauce. All right, and I'll get back to you. So guys, I have blended my cucumbers with my white sauce. This is what it looks like, and I almost forgot the oil. I would rather use olive oil, but I don't have any olive oil on hand. I'm just going to sprinkle some grapeseed oil on this. I would say about a tablespoon, and I'm going to blend it in here. And I tasted this. I think it needs a little bit more salt and cayenne pepper. So again, salt to taste, and another dash of cayenne pepper. So again, this is a substitute for the yogurt. You mix some sea moss with the Brazil nut milk and you have yogurt. But of course, this is getting a bit watery because you have the salt and you have the cucumber, which is giving off a lot of water. But you know, you can add more sea moss if you like. I mean, I think it's still gonna end up this way, but you can dip your falafel in this, and you know, this is it. Or you know, you just have a cucumber salad like this with white sauce, and you have it like this. But this is really the tzatziki sauce, and what I wanted to do was chop up some dill in this, just for some contrast and, you know, for some extra flavor. I'm using my kitchen scissors to cut up some dill, and then you can just stick this in the center here. So this is just tzatziki sauce. Enjoy. So guys, I'm presenting two sauces for you today. I did the tzatziki sauce, and I did like a little cucumber salad with a white sauce. And now I'm going to do the ranch dressing, because someone asked me to do ranch dressing. And again, we're going to use the sea moss and the milk to get that texture, that yogurty kind of texture. All right, again, remember, this is how your sea moss is supposed to look like we do it in the Caribbean. I know I'm being biased, but this is the right way, else you're not going to get a good yield, and you're not going to get the kind of texture that you want. So I have half a cup of Brazil nut milk and half a cup of the sea moss. You can see it here. I'm going to add to this, for tanginess, I'm going to add my Rejuvilac. I love Rejuvilac, a quarter cup of Rejuvilac. And here is my leftover Parmesan style cheese for my macaroni and cheese. I have this bit left over. I'm going to cut this in half. You see, this has hardened up now enough. I think I've had this for like 2 weeks now. So I'm going to do this amount. Now, how much is that? I don't know. This is probably about a third of a cup. All right, I'm eyeballing here, because this is not a cheese that I could measure. Like, you buy a quarter pound of cheese in the store and you can measure it. It's about this. I would say a quarter cup. And I have 2 scallions here. I'm gonna dump everything in there. 2 scallions, and I'm going to put a teaspoon of onion powder in here as well. Onion powder, and some sea salt, salt and pepper to taste. The cheese is pretty salty, and the more you let it sit around, it's going to develop the flavor more and more and more. And a dash of cayenne pepper. And I'm also gonna have some lime juice. Sorry, I have the juice of 3 key limes here, and that's it. We're gonna blend this up, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. So guys, here's our ranch dressing. I have some chopped up scallions. I tasted it. It's delicious. I don't do a lot of tasting, because I don't eat when I'm cooking, because depending on the time I cook, if it's earlier on in the day, I eat once a day, and I eat in the evening, early evening. But it is early evening, and I did take a taste of this with some rye crackers, and it tasted good. I added the rest of the cheese that I had, because my daughter told me that it needed more cheese, that there wasn't enough cheesy flavor. So I added the rest of the cheese. So the thing is, I'm giving you the basics to start the dressing. It's the milk with the sea moss gel. So you could add whatever amount of lime juice you want, the Rejuvilac, maybe the Rejuvilac, it's optional. You could just do the lime juice, and then your seasonings to your taste. But this is what it looks like. What you can do also, if this looks a little too creamy, like not like the ranch dressing that you have grown accustomed to, what you can do is you can chop up the scallions very fine, and then mix it in so you can see, instead of, you know, this is looking more like a, I don't know, like an avocado. It has a greenish tinge to it. So I'm just saying, just this is the basics, and I hope you do it. And of course you have to have your cheese. I know that cheese is a pain in the neck to make, and it takes at least a week or more. But in order to do this and the macaroni and cheese, for that really good delicious flavor, you need that cheese. That's as close to the traditional thing as you can get. You have to have that cheese. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this ranch dressing, and I wish you good health and all the best, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care.